They say that you fully transition into being a full Westerner when you buy a dog or a cat. I guess I'm still not fully a Westerner yet.
I want to go now to a developing story. Two separate dog attacks in our area. One that has left a man in critical condition.
And in the other, a 12-year-old was attacked after getting off a school bus.
A man now in critical condition after he was mauled by two pit bulls. Home surveillance shows two pit bulls approach the man as he tries to shoo them away, and they begin to attack. An attack so vicious, we won't show it.
It's a neighborhood in fear. Cops say at least 6 times a man's dogs have gotten out and attacked, sending some victims to the hospital.
The disturbing video shows a terrified man swinging a large pipe, trying to fend off a pack of dogs. So far, 6 neighbors have been attacked, 4 of them hospitalized.
Very terrifying. I turned and I saw them coming, and they just all jumped on me.
A 4-year-old boy was mauled to death by multiple dogs while walking down a street with his mom in Detroit, Michigan.
89-year-old woman attacked by 2 dogs last week has died of her injuries.
4 days ago, this 61-year-old mail carrier, who'd only been on the job for a year, was mauled to death by a pack of dogs.
A 4-year-old boy is in the ICU after being attacked by a dog.
His dad says the 4-year-old may need speech therapy because of the severe injury he sustained just below his ear, right along the jawline.
3-year-old Ronan is slowly recovering after she was viciously attacked by a dog inside an Old Town Spring restaurant Saturday afternoon.
It was instantaneous. There was a massive pit bull there in a service vest, and he just lashed out at her. And I don't want anybody else's child, anybody else's baby, husband, wife, whoever, to go through this, what we're going through right now.
Sometimes when I'm having discussions with some of my colleagues and they're talking so passionately about their dogs, I mean, I think they treat the dogs as though they are kids, like they're young kids. And I try to understand the rationale behind that. I know dogs look cute. Is it because they're not necessarily exposed to the vicious part of dogs? Because as an African like me, I do have... Yeah, those dogs might look really nice, and there's so many nice videos about dogs and cute clips about dogs, but I still do have issues because every time I still look at those dogs, I know what they're capable of. There were these couples that were trying to have a child just for companionship. They did get a dog. After a couple of years, they eventually had a child. You know how you keep the dog in the front seat and then the child is behind? They had like a nanny beside the child behind. I don't know if it was the father or the mother, I can't remember, who was driving the dog in the front seat. And all of a sudden, the dog just jumped from the front seat to the back and went straight into the tummy of the baby and ripped it open. After several years of looking for a child, they lost that child. I think that still usually is at the back of my mind. I do have a problem when I see big dogs, especially even small ones, and you see all the small babies and the dogs playing with the baby. I always see that's too risky. For a society that thinks about safety and everything, considering how vicious dogs can be, I wonder why they keep their dogs so close to the kids, right? Especially when you see videos like this of all these attacks, and then you're going to probably talk about what's the percentage of it happening. I think it's too much of a percentage, of a probability. The risk of it happening, the severity of the attack on the child, I think it's just too much for me to take a chance. The other day, not exactly my neighbor, the next house after my house, there were some people visiting and they did come with a dog, and because they were just playing around the front of their yard, the dog was unleashed, right? I did have a problem with the fact that there was no leash on it. I always have a problem when I see dogs without leash on it. Dogs can be nice to you as the owner, but usually they can be, a little bit dangerous to strangers. I was cleaning up and I went outside just around my compound, and this dog was charging towards me. And you just see them standing behind and be like, they were calling the dog. He wasn't listening to them. I was like, put a leash on this thing, right? And he was still trying to attack me. I don't think I will ever own a dog, that's certain. I still find it really weird how the love of dogs has so much been enshrined in the hearts of Westerners. I guess they're cute. Perhaps they're cute.
He ripped off my scalp. He didn't maul her. There was no blood.
You say she's just exaggerating this and there was no blood?
No, I gave her a paper towel.
That's skull. That's bone. You don't fix that with a paper towel. I can't show these pictures to the audience. This
When
matches.
did that happen?
I'm assuming it happened in the same time that
No, because
that's skull. That's bone.
yeah,
Under there.
he pulled it.
Yeah.
He did. But when I turned around, when I said his name, have it. because first I said, Terry, like in a crazy way. And I knew, when I looked back, I saw in his eyes, I knew he was scared or thought I was hurt. I mean, this dog and I have been through a lot.
Oh, I'm sure. When I had to.
You know what's funny about this is all she talks about is her. This dog and I have been through this. She's lost her dog. She doesn't even care about the friend. Imagine if it was a stranger. This is a friend, at least used to be a friend. She doesn't even care the trauma that this lady has gone through. And that's the thing. I really don't get that connection. Like I know this happens with humans too, right? When they have kids and when their kids do really bad things, they try to like protect their child. Like in case of bullying, the parents of the bully would usually be like, no, but my child is such a nice person, you know. Not all the time, but a lot of times parents have that tendency of protecting their child irrespective of the actions. You know, that's the kind of trait I'm seeing here too. I don't get the psychology.
Robin and I had to lose our other dog before this one.
By the way, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and please like this video. Helps the algorithm, helps the channel a lot, so please do that. Yeah, we'll go back to it.
It was terrible, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but you should have a skin graft. You'll fix that with a paper towel. It's just a skin graft.
That's just what I gave.
This is a picture of the skin graft that they had to harvest from her leg.
I don't know what to say. I mean,
You don't know what to say. Maybe sorry. Sorry. You could say sorry to start with, you know.
I hate that it happened, but
you
can only do so much to a dog.
You said you can only do so much to a dog. Oh my. Oh gosh. Oh my word. This is oh my god. I don't even know. I really don't get this. Oh my, okay.
Like, first you come through our house and we don't even know you're there or coming, and then, you know, she reached behind me and put her elbow on his tail.
So now she's blaming her for coming to her house. You see, this is the reason. If I'm going to a friend's house and they have a dog, I request the dog be locked away. Like, I don't want the dog around me. It's usually the criteria for me. I mean, I can stay in my house. I don't necessarily have to come visiting. But I'm unapologetic about it. If you have a dog, I don't want the dog around when I'm around this. Now, for tiny dogs, you know, those really small chihuahuas or those tiny ones, I really don't have a problem. Now, those could be dangerous too, but I kind of feel like I can handle myself around those ones. You know, I might get beaten here or there, but I doubt an attack from those kind of dogs is going to be fatal. So usually I don't mind those ones. But the big dogs, I'm sorry. I don't care how friendly you tell me your dog is. No way. No chance. No chance. Your dog away or we go meet somewhere else. I ain't playing with you. Oh my word. Anyway, let's go back to the video.
And put her elbow on his tail. I mean, he put up with all that. And she'd have been in my house 15 minutes before anything ever happened. And if you're scared of him, why did you sit right beside him?
So she's saying that if she was scared of him, why did you stay around him? Guys, if you're going to someone's house that have a dog, you don't feel comfortable with dog, request a dog, be put away. Simple. I know people kind of take it personal. So in my first job, we did have like a get together, you know. So we went to a colleague's place, I had like a barbecue. And I remember when I got into the place, I saw this really massive big dog in the compound. I was like, oh, this is going to be a very nice party. But I'm going to have to start leaving now. It was funny and they probably thought I was joking. You know, sometimes people take it kind of personal. Like, oh, why don't you like my dog? I think they kind of relate it to why don't you like my child? That's how people. I'm beginning to see that a lot. Like that's what happens.
Well, I don't think you were scared of him, were you? Mm-mm. And you say that there wasn't any blood. Well, here's an excerpt of a statement given by a friend that helped clean up your house. Valina called me and said something really bad has happened. The house looked so messed up, like a struggle had happened. The floor had a good bit of blood in front of Valina's bed and on the couch, a hand towel covered in blood. There was blood and streaks of blood in different spots on the door. It looked like it would be in a movie, like someone running from their killer and getting caught and trying to grasp the door.
I don't know who wrote that, but I guess someone that she paid, like she paid a lot of people to say things.
Oh my word. Oh gosh. Anyway, I think this lady herself is really calm. Yeah, I'll probably have gotten agitated by now, really pissed by now. So kudos to her. Anyway, I'm not going to watch this anymore. I think we understand what the plot of this is going to be. There's a lady who would not take any form of accountability for what her dog did, and the victim is there. She's probably going to be scarred for the rest of her life. A patch of her hair will probably never grow anymore. Anyway, lesson from this, in my opinion: going to a friend's house, they have a dog, request that their dog be kept somewhere else. You guys go have a coffee in a local restaurant, or go outside somewhere, right? That's what I'm going to suggest. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Guys, tell me what you think about this, right? And especially for those of you who probably grew up in the West, tell me what you think about this video, And remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're African or you're an immigrant, African, Asian, Middle Eastern, and you do have a pet, dog or cat, let us know in the comment section below and tell us what it is like living with a pet. And if you still have reservations about having a pet, also let us know in the comment section below. Have a beautiful day. Remember, he's the Deliberate Expert.